Welcome to the Billion Finds channel. Thank you for tuning in today. Again, we're on the season 2, Uncommon Journeys. It's been a good one, and I got a special one for you today. I have Miss Tanocha, Thedford,
Yeah.
Memphis, Tennessee owned chef.
Oh, thank you.
Top
Thank
celebrity
you.
chef.
Yeah.
If you don't know, now y'all gonna know. All right.
Now you know.
So we're gonna be talking to her today. If you would subscribe, I need you to go ahead on and subscribe. And I'm definitely sure by the end of this, you're gonna like and you're gonna share this with others. So without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and get started. Um, so Chef Tanaka,
Yeah.
Chef Naka,
Chef not. Yeah.
Chef Not.
Yeah.
So I normally like to start out with an icebreaker. So just tell me something, a fun fact or something quirky that the people probably wouldn't know about you, or most people wouldn't know about
um. So a fun fact is I have a desire to go to seminary school.
you. Okay. Most people might not know that unless you go to her church.
Yeah.
And another thing I didn't tell y'all, we attend the same church. So I've heard something prophesied of her. I should be calling her Pastor Knock, but we're gonna keep Chef Knock for today. Okay, so seminary, huh? Okay.
Yeah, I want to go. That's my desire to go to seminary school. And it was before.
Oh, even before that?
Yeah.
Oh, so you've been designed to do that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
Just to go.
So you wasn't surprised at that?
No,
Well, maybe not. Maybe not the pastor
yeah,
part. Maybe minister, teacher,
yeah,
or something?
minister, yeah.
Okay. Okay, so I normally do faith, love, and then journey, but today I want to do a little different. We're gonna start out with journey, and because I know just a little bit about you, ministry-wise, church-wise, where I really know you from, and as well as you being a chef.
Yeah.
She also did our wedding, killed it. Everybody always hit me when they're looking for a chef, find out who cooked that food. I think one of my aunties come over here. They wanted some of the chicken salad or something the day after the wedding. Or something. That next week, and she don't even drive. She called me trying to help me get back home because she don't drive like that, not especially way over here. And so when I heard she was looking to come get some of that chicken salad, I was like, okay.
She was adamant. She was adamant.
Yeah,
she got to win the chicken salad.
She's like that.
Yeah.
She's definitely like that. But let's start out with your journey. And I'm pretty sure you're probably gonna tie in some faith with that. So
yeah.
Tell the people about you.
Okay, so as you said, my name is Chef Knock. I am originally from Meridian, Mississippi. That's probably like 3.5, 4 hours away from here. And how I got to Memphis was by way of my former career, which was a flight attendant. I was a flight attendant. Yeah, that's how I got to Memphis. My the job I was flying for was called Pinnacle, and this was their headquarters. And Pinnacle, this was their headquarters. And so I moved here in 2006, and I flew for them for 7 years. But prior to me moving there, I always knew that I wanted to go to culinary art school. Like I've always desired to go to culinary. I knew that at a very, very early age, but my family really wasn't feeling that because everybody has went to school for all these degrees and stuff, so they looking like it's a cook, so I got the job as a flight attendant, and that put me here. And to be honest, it was like when I landed in Memphis, I felt like something. This was like, oh, this is gonna be a way for me to start or get my foot in culinary or hospitality. Right? It was almost like it's like the air smelled a certain way. Like I knew, even though I was here for flying, but I knew it was gonna be something else. And I started connecting with other chefs, like early on, like meeting people, even when I wasn't even in the kitchen. Just meeting them, just like, hey, I would love to, work for you, serve or what have you, just to learn the ins and outs. And so after I flew for Pinnacle, I stepped out on faith. I trusted God. I went before God, and I was like, listen, they're getting ready to close their doors. because the company was leaving Memphis. They was changing their headquarters to Minneapolis, and I knew then. Like I tell people all the time, I really feel like that was my push just to go ahead and step out on faith because God had to shut the doors for that company for me to do what, to go ahead. So, some people probably lost their jobs, but then, it's okay. I'm sure that God provided for them, but I feel like that happened for me so I can do what I supposed to be doing and to walk into the journey that he wanted me to. And so when that happened, oh man, it was like open door season for real. Like that was like my life. Like that song is like for me because he just strategically started opening up doors. Like I started getting connected with so many people, and then it wasn't like small stuff. I got connected with like the right people, and just started doing stuff for the church. I'm actually my first corporate event was for Tri-State Bank.
Oh, was that?
Yeah, and then my second one was for the U.S. Navy.
Okay.
I did for U.S. Navy. They had a change of command for two ladies. They were going to do two different positions, and they wanted a caterer. And how I got that position, and this is what you have to do when you want to step out on faith. When you trust in God, you have faith, you believe in God, but you also got to do the work. So what I had done prior, I had started paying for insurance on my business, even though I ain't had no money coming in. But I started paying for insurance. I bought all my own china, and so I could offer that to clients. Well, when they called me, U.S. Navy called me. Before the lady could even ask me about food, the first question she said, before we go any further, she said, I need to know, do you have insurance? And I was like, yeah, I got insurance. That's what's up. And that sealed the deal. She was like, because everybody she had called prior to me did not have insurance, and it was a requirement for the facility. And I want to tell you how God brought that full circle, because the facility was a National Civil Rights Museum.
Oh, okay.
It was a National Civil Rights Museum. This is before they done their big renovation and all that kind of stuff. So I went in and I did the event, killed it. It was awesome. Connected with some amazing people that was there, because some of them I still, do stuff for them to this day. And then fast forward a couple years later, met someone that worked for the Civil Rights Museum who at that time was a director, and she was like, "We need to get you at the Civil Rights Museum for them." For like doing their stuff. And I'm like, man, God be, because he was like just connecting, like the dots was connecting so fast. And I never heard him in an audible voice. I never heard him say, do this, do that, move there. I never heard. It was just like he just started opening the doors. The stuff just clicking. It was just falling into place. And it was almost to a point where if you didn't do it, it would be, like crazy. Why would you not do that? Because it's like right here. And dude, I tell you, turn around, and I waited for her phone call. She finally called me back. I'll never forget it, because people tell you stuff all the time. But she called me and she was like, I just want to get you to come in and do a tasting. And normally tastings are like for 4 people. Because a lot of times we pay for that out of our pocket, especially with a corporate client. And she was like, well, it's for 25 people. And I'm like,
you doing a tasting for that sounds like a party.
That's a whole event, That's a whole event. But she was like, trust me. She said, trust me. She said, I promise you. She said, because it's more than me that works there, and it's different departments. She said, it'll be more than me that'll use you. And she was right on. And I'm telling you, and this year 2025 made 10 years that we have been there. Yes, their preferred caterer. Like, and it has been, and just with that one client, it has opened so many doors. It has connected us with I'm talking about, I don't consider myself as a celebrity chef, but we have catered for a lot of celebrities just through that one connect. Just through that connect. Not all the other, but just with that connect. Wow. So
what's some people that you've done?
Oh man, now this should have been a fun fact too, because now that you say that, So one day I'm sitting, I did an event. They had their 50th, it was their 50th commemoration celebration. And it was really big. They did it at the Crosstown Concourse. Really big. They had brought people from everywhere, what have you. And so we did all the food. We did all the food that evening. Well, there was a guest that was there. I didn't know he was there, but he enjoyed the food. So probably like 2 months later, after the event, I get a phone call, and I notice it's from DC area, and I have an aunt that lives in the area, but her number is stored in my phone. So I'm like, who is this calling from DC? I do screen calls, and so I was sitting there, and I was like, who is this calling from DC? And so I let it go to voicemail. Man, I play back the voicemail. I listen to it. It's Roland Martin.
Oh, is that right?
Hey,
wow,
Chef!
Right?
Oh my God! He was. Well, I did know, but I didn't know he was. I didn't know he was thinking like he loved the food. Yeah, because
is that right? Yeah.
I'm not like, because also during my flight attendant years, I met people like that of that magnitude all the time in the air, but I'm I'm not gonna approach you. I'm let them do them, and I would be professional, do my job. And so he's on the phone. He was like, "Hey, Chef, oh yeah, this Roland Martin. I had them ribs. I need them ribs. I'm coming for." He was coming here for the golf tournament with at FedEx in St. Jude, and so I mean that was like, and I looked at my phone. I was like, did he say there was Roland Martin? and so I did some ribs. I did 2 slabs of ribs and left them at the people at the hotel.
So he just wanted for himself.
He wanted for himself. He wanted for himself. Right. He was coming. He came in and he knew he got done playing golf. He wanted some ribs. I want some of the ribs. The rib with fire with that. So I was there. And so that's a
real compliment.
That's a real
personal. Like, I'm coming to Memphis. I'm not going to. We ain't gonna talk about it. But he called Chef Knock to get his ribs.
Yes, and I was like, now that was mind blowing. After him, it's been a countless of others. We had opportunity of catering for the show Underground. Like we've done their premiere like twice. Steven Jackson, Allen Iverson.
Oh, a lot of basketball players.
We have basketball players. We've had even Joe Biden.
Joe Biden.
Joe Biden was the former vice president when the Civil Rights Museum honored him.
Okay.
Yeah, he was an honoree. He was an honoree right? 1 year. We've had Martin Luther King's daughter. I mean, it's so many people.
Just through that one day. But how you end up doing some basketball players like Steven Jackson and Allen Iverson?
So they had a basketball camp.
Oh, is that right?
They had a basketball camp. They had a basketball camp here that they brought in, and they was using the museum.
Oh, was that right?
Yeah.
Man, and museum
they have. Listen, I said they know I love them. Yeah. They could call me. I may be complaining, I may be fussing, but they could call me anytime, and I'm gonna make sure I take care because they have connected me with some people, and so the person of contact that they had with through Allen Iverson, they told him to call me. Yeah. And we networked like that, and it was cool. And then I've met like the Emmett Till Foundation. Now I've met some other people that are celebrities that they may not want it to be a celebrity because of what they're like internationally known because of tragic situations. But it was so honorable. It was like very. I was like really appreciative to just even be in the midst of them. To even meet his cousin that was like with him when this happened. Like, that was really cool. That was real. That was real cool. My whole staff got a chance to take a picture with him. It's like, you read this story, you heard about this your whole life growing up, and then you meet somebody that was connected to them. So that was like we've done a lot of congressmen, governors, like
Anybody who you work with that you like, I can't believe I did some work with them.
Well, so when I was a flight attendant, Gina Neely Gina Neely was on my flight a couple times, her and her husband, and I was so ecstatic.
Tell the people who the Needys. I mean, people know.
Nah, y'all already know. Gina and Pat Neely was like the people on Food Network, Barbecue Land. They got it all, you know. And so at that time,
and they're from Memphis.
Yeah, they're from Memphis. And at that time, they were just passengers on my flight. And I will never forget. They were on my flight during Father's Day, and he was very sad. Because he had to travel on Father's Day. They was actually going to tape somewhere. So full circle comes. I end up catering her 50th birthday party.
Okay.
And that was because I had also did my homework. I also had did my, I believed in God. I had faith in God, but I was working. So I went around and I was putting my name on different venues lists. Like, hey, I see you hit your events place. Do you have preferred caterers? I would love to sign up. What I need to do. Got on one of them lists, and her friends hosted her 50th birthday party there. That's how I met the director for the Civil Rights Museum, because she was at that party. And so when Miss Gina gets in there, for one, I didn't know it was her at first. Yes. I didn't know it was Gina Neely that was going to be the party. They waited to tell me later. Right? Yeah, and so when they finally tell me, I am a little starstruck, because this is not because she's Gina Neely, but this is someone. Yeah, this is someone that I watch. Like I'm looking up to, because I want to get in that world. Yeah. I want to get into the culinary world, and it's like she's dominated, because they had shows like crazy back then. And so she when she came in, she noticed that I was nervous, and she grabbed my hand, and she was like, I'm not that girl. So she was just letting me know, relax, you're cool. And she actually ended up staying in the kitchen with me for a long period of time, talking to me. She was super cool.
You was probably helping her.
Yeah, she was so in the kitchen. She was, when I tell you, she was the nicest person that I have ever met. She was very, very hospitable. She was very giving me tips, advice and stuff like that. And and from that, it's just been going. I've been going with the flow.
So tell me this. So you really jumped right into where you are, your purpose already.
Yeah.
Faith played a big role, I can tell. Faith definitely played a big role, and still is, I know.
Yeah.
But did you ever think about not jumping? So when they told y'all they were getting ready to shut down, but you said they were moving to Minneapolis.
Yeah.
Did you have the opportunity to go there if you wanted to?
Yes. Yeah. I could have
tried to get you to go there, or how did that unfold? Or were you as soon as you seen them saying they were going to shut down, you automatically did you think, I'm about to do the chef thing?
Well, I automatically knew that I didn't want to go to Minneapolis. Okay. I knew that I didn't want to go to Minneapolis because it's cold.
Definitely. I've been there. I've been there, and it's cold.
It's cold. It is so cold. It's a lot of snow. And it ain't like, Memphis, this little stuff that Memphis be talking about. This is nothing. I'm talking about you have snow plows that got stuff all up in the windows. Yeah.
Even when the sun is shining, it's still snow on everything.
Yes. So I knew I didn't want to go to Minneapolis. I knew I didn't want to go to Minneapolis. And then my grandmother, she was ill. And so it's easier for me to get home from here versus Minneapolis. So I knew I wasn't during that time she was sick. So I knew I was not about to be, traveling back and forth like that. But I really I wanted to. Have you ever had something have you ever you had a taste for something, but you didn't know what it was, but you knew you was hungry for it, but not hungry for anything. You were just hungry for just that one particular thing, and that's the only thing that's gonna satisfy your hunger. And that's how it was, like a situation like that. I really need to get this. Yeah, I really need to get this right here. And
okay, so you pretty much wasn't even thinking about going that way. So I just wanted to see, was you battling with it, or it was just it was in your gut?
It was in my gut.
It was something you knew you had to do and gonna give it a shot or whatever.
And I'm about to knock it out of the park.
So had you been to school for culinary?
No.
have you been to school? When you started your business, had you been to any school?
I had never been to any school. I was accepted. I was accepted to Johnson and Wales. And again, I chose to stay because I also had younger siblings. My mom had younger children when I was older, and I chose to stay and help with them versus going off to school. So I went to school in my hometown. I went to a junior college in my hometown, and they didn't have a culinary arts program, so I just went for business management while I was there, just so I could. It definitely plays a role. But just to stick with my sisters, my younger siblings, but I always wanted to go to college. I still sometimes I do. I don't have to, but sometimes I want to, just for the validation just for myself. Right. Yeah, not for anyone else. I don't want it for anyone else. I just want the validation for myself. But and at that time when I was accepted, they was in Raleigh, North Carolina. Yeah. So it would have been cool, but life, play. It has its.
I mean, that's why you're a guest here, because you got an uncommon journey. Like,
it was very uncommon because I really wanted to go to culinary art school, but then when I think about all the things that I faced, and the pushback I had from my family, because they're not understanding, and I just had to mentor to a young man about this. God didn't give them that vision. He only gives it to you. Right. So you got, they never understand. And I just, he still made a way for me to get in what I wanted. He still, whether I did that or not, he was still going to make a way. So,
Sure. You still probably would have did it, because
I still would have did it.
It was in you. At some point, you was gonna break out. At some point.
Yeah.
All right. So, your name, the name, Big Mama's and Granny's Cafe. How did that name come about? I always been wanting to ask you that, but I never got a chance to ask you. But how did the name come about? And as you can see, I'm assuming
that's them. So my big mama and my granny. My big mama was my dad's mom. My granny was my mom's mom.
Oh, okay.
And that's what I called them. Like, I was big before I knew their real name. Like, I learned my granny real name early on because she was a school teacher, but I didn't know my big mama real name until I probably was, big size, and then somebody would say Maddie, and I'm like,
oh, okay.
What's your name? But we dare not say that, we were not. It's Big Mama. So I wanted to pay tribute. I wanted to give homage. Like sometimes people see the business name and they automatically assume that we're just a soul food catering company or what have you. But no, it's honor.
It's just more honor.
Yes, I'm honoring them. I want their name to go far beyond everything, because they were some amazing women. My big mama was a domestic woman. She was the housewife. She was the feeding the multitude all the time, all the time. A large amount of kids, a really, really large amount of grandkids. So, and then all their friends and their family members and stuff like that. So the yard would be packed down, and nobody would be hungry. She would cook for everybody. And so, and my granny had her hand in my upbringing a lot. A lot. She did. And so I just wanted to just show people, like, my dream, because I have a packaged good that we're selling a packaged chicken salad. Wow. So
well, I know y'all do sell it, so
but no. Tell people about so I have a packaged good. That we're preparing to put in the grocery stores to sell. And I just want everybody to see them two faces. I want them to see Big Mamas and Grannies. I want to see, because I had some amazing grandma. I know everybody thinks that their grandmothers are amazing, but I had some amazing grandma. My granny was an educator. And because even when I graduated from high school, she had went back to college for her master's in early childhood education. So I just love them. I love them. And I took both of what I learned from them and put it together, because my presentation, I think I have some of the, a real good presentation when it comes to my food and stuff like that. And my granny was big on presentation. She was big, like big. I mean, I knew all the houseware, the home interior people. I knew all the Crystal House ladies, the representatives, the home,
right?
yes, Tupperware. I mean, because she always bought the nice stuff, and then, but now you won't get away with her stuff because she always put a piece of tape on the back, and she would have she would have her initials on it. Like, that's mine. So I do have some of her pieces there that she had in her China China cabinet that I don't put it out. I keep it for myself. Yeah.
All right, so you tell us, now we know, y'all don't forget Big Mama's and Granny's Catering.
Yes.
Chef Knock.
Yeah.
So I guess that'll just move us into love, since we've already pretty much talked about your journey. You can throw in some more stuff. I do have a couple more questions. Matter of fact, let me ask some questions first.
Okay.
So with your journey, in this time, when you transition from being a stewardess, flight attendant, to becoming a chef and doing this your catering business, who would you say is one of your big mentors, or do you have a number of mentors, or who inspired you to when you took that step of faith? Who was your inspiration and gave you that kickstart to keep going? Was there somebody specific? Did they even know who you are? Somebody that you listened to? What kept you strong?
Okay, so in the beginning, I give credit to a couple people. I really do give credit to a couple people that they may know, they may not know, but like our bishop, he
talks about you.
He the prophetic anointing that he operates in. He was just obeying God, and he was just telling me what God was saying, and so he's definitely one. Cause
that's Bishop Josh Brady.
Yeah, Josh.
That's
yes,
our pastor.
Yes.
New Creation.
Yes.
Holiness Church.
Yeah. And so everything that everything, when I say everything that he prophesied, it has come to fruition. Like, and that was like sort of, a little spooky, like. And so, and then also his brother-in-law, Pastor Marvin Jones, because he knew that's Tavis's husband.
Yeah, I've never met him. That I know of, but I know.
Okay,
but I don't think I ever met him.
Well,
is that right?
Pastor Jones would preach, and he would be saying from the pulpit, "I don't want to hear you say another day you want to start a business." He used to be on me like,
"Oh, is that right?"
He used to be on me.
You specifically?
Yes.
Okay.
Tanocha, and I was like, "Oh my God, please!" But but it was. I knew it was from a good place. He saw something in me. Yeah, he saw something in me. But I was, stagnant. I was still a flight attendant. I'm like, I'm making money right here. You talking about I gotta quit?
This is when you was a flight attendant.
He was saying this when I was a flight attendant. Yeah, he was telling me like, you need to go ahead, get started. And then the other person is deceased, and that's definitely my mom. Yeah, my mom. My mom always, she wanted what's best for you, so she always would try to, push you into the direction that she thought was best. But one day when she really hurt my heart, and she was like, "Well, you could do it. You could do it." And every time we would talk, she would always let me know I could do it. You could do it. You could do it. All you gotta do is do it. And then she would tell people, and I'm like, "Mama, stop telling people. I don't even talk to them people. They don't know me. Stop doing it." And so she was telling, "Yeah, my baby got this, and she got it." She was definitely my cheerleader. Like, because sometimes she would call me. God, oh my God, she would call me. It could be late at night. I met a lady, and she said she needs some catering. Mama, I am not about to drive 6 hours to cook nobody no food. What are you talking about? Get off the phone. So she definitely was my cheerleader. She definitely was. Yeah, she definitely is. And I'm so, like, before she transitioned, I'm so thankful that she was able to see that I had my facility when I did. She was here for my grand opening. She did. She got a chance to see that, and then the following year.
Now, what about your grand?
Neither of them saw it. They both were fast. Yeah, neither of them saw it. But they knew.
Now tell me this.
They knew that I wanted to do this.
I mean, did you get that from them? cooking and all of that.
Yes.
So I'm assuming you was already cooking before you.
Oh yeah.
While you were a stewardess. So I mean, like, how did they know you could cook? Did they know you could cook, or they just knew you wanted to do that?
Well,
like to say Bishop and Pastor Jones.
Well, Pastor Jones them knew because I started cooking for them. Okay. I started. Yeah, I would cook for them, and then they was like, "Oh, this girl can cook. Yeah, this girl can. You know, she doing her thing. You know." And I want to tell you what was so crazy. The first time he had me to do something for the church, I hadn't become a member yet.
Oh, is that right?
And I didn't have no Schaefer's. Like I didn't.
Like at Union Road.
No, this was like at their church, at our own church. Well, you know, they're no longer here. They live in Atlanta.
They live in Atlanta, right?
Yeah,
oh, but they had a church.
They had a church here.
I didn't know. See, I didn't even know that. Okay,
yeah,
so that's how you.
Yes, that's how. Yeah.
And that was your church.
That was my church. Oh, wow. I ended up joining with them. Yeah, I ended up and that's how I met Bishop and everything.
And then so when they left,
I just went over.
When you went to Union Grove or New Creation.
Well, that's when Bishop became our pastor, and then we changed to New Creation, because at that time it was Holy Calling.
Is that right?
Yeah, and so, but I didn't even have Schaefer's, and so this lady that I used to work with at the airline, she was a gate agent, Miss Deborah, very sweet lady, and I would tell her my dreams. We would just talk. I could talk to her like I'm talking to you. I would tell her my dreams, and I like really want to go to have a catering company. Yeah. She called me and she said, "Meet me at the marketplace on Chevy Drive in Riverdale, the Walmart neighborhood grocery store." And I was like, "For what, Miss Deborah? Just meet me." She opens her trunk and it's full of Schaefer's.
Get out of here.
Full of Schaefer's. It was full of Schaefer's. And I'm like, so that's why I knew I was destined because God just. He was in it. He
didn't drop you some Schaefer's.
He didn't drop you some Schaefer's. I ain't even started.
Let you know what you wait. Come on. I guess that's why he had to shut down. You made them shut down the whole airline.
Folks lost their job because I walked my gift. Like, I'm so glad I was obedient because I don't know what else would have happened Oh no, but yeah, right, she opened up and I was like, wow.
All right, so I mean, I don't know, that might have been the love piece, but so last thing, love. How has love played a role in your journey? In this piece, I allow people to say whatever they, other guests, I let them say whatever they want to say about love. It can be, family, whatever inspired your journey, if it inspired your journey, or whatever's on your heart concerning love.
So when it comes to love, I absolutely love to see people enjoy. That makes me happy. That makes my heart smile. I love to see brides and grooms. Like, I love to see them having an amazing time. I love when people are eating. I love to see people enjoying my food. Like, it's like real deal. So, and that's how I share my love to the world. Like, I share my love to people through my food, through the presentation, through their experience. I try to make sure I'm there because sometimes I've, talk to brides and grooms and it ain't even about food. It's about, other things, because I just love people. Yeah. And I think I get that from both of my grandmothers. Both of them were they both were like, my big mama, she loved, like, I wish I had pictures to show. The yard used to be filled. There used to be so many people just at her house, like, all the time. Like, it would be people all the time at the house. The weekends, like, everybody would come in from everywhere. Like, my uncles, their friends, and their kids, and they just loved her. And my granny also, because she taught for a long time. I remember one time she had been taught like three different generations in one family. So, because I remember she had a discipline in one little kid, and the dad came and he was like, "Well, you used to whoop me. Why you can't whoop him?" And she's like, "I can't do that no more. I whooped you because you was bad. I can't do this. School is different now." Yeah. So, and they love people. They didn't meet strangers. I've never met a stranger. Like, I have to give a gab. I've never met a stranger. I always love people. I always talk to people. Yeah. So That's my love. Like I love to see them. Not so much like ooh high taste. You know, I ain't worried about that. I just and I also think that's how I got connected with the Civil Rights Museum too, because I've also catered for some people that's been, you know, like the Trayvon Martin, his parents, even the Tyree Nichols young man.
Right?
Yeah, I've catered for, you know, served his parents. And so at that moment, you know, I was like, people can be healed in different ways. And through a meal. You have people around the world that have differences, but what one common thing they will have is when it's time to break bread. When they sit down and eat, all the other stuff, all the differences, it goes away. So I think that's my part of giving back.
Okay, I like that. I like that. We can't end on that. Yeah. I'm gonna be messy. I'm gonna be a little messy.
Oh God.
I'm gonna be a little messy now. Okay. You single, right, Chef? Not.
I am single.
You still single? I just want to make sure before I be doing this.
No, I am
nobody
single.
Swooped in. I didn't know about it yet.
No, ain't nobody swooped in. No, ain't nobody swooped in. Okay. And you know what? It's funny that you say that. It's when God does it. I'm not that type of person.
I know you're gonna say that. I know you.
Now I'm open. I am open. At one point in my time, at one point in my life, I was not open.
Oh, was that right?
Was not open. I didn't realize I wasn't open. I thought I was, but then as I, you know, because we're supposed to examine ourselves daily, and so during an examination, I realized, and I started thinking, you know, rethinking some things, my responses, my facial expressions, stuff like that. And I'm like, I'm not really, you know, like cutthroat. So, but I am open now. But
okay,
yeah.
Well, hey, the word y'all know now. So you out there driving in there. I'm sure they can find you. All they gotta do is go to Big Mama's and Granny's website or something. I'm sure they can find you. What you on? Facebook, TikTok? What you on Instagram? You ain't on nothing?
No, I am. I'm on Facebook and Instagram. I don't know.
You can find her. Tanocha Thedford. That name, and you ain't never heard that name nowhere else. Okay?
See, that's a whole nother subject for another day. I was like, don't be looking for me.
But I appreciate it. So my last question, because I know you're running a business, and I know this is a busy season for you right now. Last question, I ask simply however you want to do it. Doesn't have to be long or anything, but if you could go back, is there something you learned along the way prior to this journey, that if you would have known that, you would have maybe done this a long time ago or something like that? Something you learned along the way. If you could go back and start all over and do it again, which you put it that way.
If I would have purchased my own facility, like had it private owned versus renting from somewhere. I love my landlord, but I understand more of the power of ownership when it comes to my business.
Is that right?
Yeah, when it comes to my business, I wouldn't have leased anywhere, because like when God moves me from here and take me somewhere else, everything I've done here got to stay.
Yeah, that's what you said.
Yeah, and that's an investment. Yeah, that's money. You know, we got a walk-in cooler in there. We got, 10-foot.
So that it would have to stay?
Yeah, because now it's part of the building. Yeah, you can't, like, stuff that becomes stationary, it can't uproot. You can't take it out.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, even my vent hood. There's a 10-foot vent hood back there. That's money. It have to stay. So yeah, I would have like purchased land and put my own facility on there. But hey, you live and learn. And this is my first one.
Sure.
So I definitely and then I probably wouldn't take things to the heart. I faced a lot of stuff, in the beginning, and I probably would have just made better decisions, and not just trusting people. Yeah, trusting people in I face some things. So
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, but
I appreciate it. Thank you for sitting down with me. I know you're super busy, but I had to get you in here. I had to get you in here.
This was fun.
Thank you again. I'm sure you guys were encouraged, especially if those that have had that dream, that thing that's sitting in your gut that you know God has called you to do. And hopefully you were encouraged and provoked to go ahead on and take that step of faith, hearing Chef Knox's journey and how when she took that step, doors started opening, and how just one, like it was a prophet at our church, and he was talking about how one phone call or one door opening can change the whole trajectory of your life, and just how that one door just opened so many other doors for you and allowed you to reach so many people. So thank you for that. Again, thank you for tuning in. If you would, go ahead on and subscribe.
Stop what you're doing now. Push your button.
Thank you. Like and then share. You definitely got to share this one with somebody. Encourage somebody. If it's not your journey, maybe you've already reached your purpose, send it to somebody else. And otherwise, go to Facebook, Billion Pines, subscribe, and I'll see y'all next week. God bless.
God bless.